I started asking questions. I changed the questions that you told me about in the lesson plan. I put
Okay.
more.
Perfect. So what did you change them to?
I changed them. Let me check here. Why do we use colors and what's the importance of the color? It's more
Nice.
like they
Yeah.
think why.
Higher level thinking
Yes.
questions.
Yes. Today we did the color with because yesterday the class was over. For the presentation and the video and Kahoot and show them the examples. It was way too much information for them in one class. So today we were doing the practical, how
Okay.
they mix the secondary and the tertiary. It's challenging a little bit. So they know how to use the colors for the next projects. They're
Okay.
like, this is one of the, it has, main lesson that they have to learn before they start using the colors, how they can use, because usually they get the set of 12 or 24 colors and they don't know how to get those other colors. So they have to learn the 3 colors only, that you get all of the other colors from
Okay.
them. So that's it.
So
My
the
lesson.
end result was the color wheel, that they're
Yeah.
able to make the colors in the color wheel
Yeah.
accurately. That's the what was your, going back to your key objective again, your main objective, what was your main objective?
The main objective that they know how to get all the colors, how they can mix colors, and to know that only 3 colors are the main colors, that they are pigment. Where do we get the pigment colors, and they can mix any other colors. This is usually a lesson. I do it for a unit, then we use the color for a project after that.
Okay.
So I did it specific to be a lesson plan by itself, rather than to put it in one step. It's usually this is the practical sheet for the next project.
For sure, for sure. It's kind of the basic understanding they need to move on then to apply it to a
Yes,
different context.
Yes, exactly. So
Good.
I made it in full one lesson with 2 classes to totally understand how they can do any other colors.
Nice. Okay,
I
so
took
if we
the-
have a look at your sheets.
Yeah, those are the finest for students.
Okay,
So
wonderful. So when you think about it in total in terms of how it went, right? What are your overall reflections? What are your big takeaways?
For me, for the teaching, it took a little bit longer than I was expecting for the presentation and for the watching the video and stuff. It should be in same class. Usually I do it in same class. It's 40 minutes.
Okay.
Last year. I don't know what happened in this class, but the class management took longer for me to keep them quiet and stay in class and focus more than doing the sheet. Usually I do it just all in one class, and then the second class I start the final project, so they know already the colors and we start. But this time I did it in 2 classes, 40 minutes and 40 minutes,
Okay.
which shouldn't be that. It should be the class management or controlling the students more.
Okay.
It shouldn't take that much.
So maybe time management is an area
Time
that
management,
you're reflecting
yes,
on.
yes,
in
yes,
general
and
summary.
behavior as well, yeah.
Okay, so that management piece you talked about the first time as well, right? Still
Yes, it's still the
establishing
same.
routines and
Yeah, because of
did you decide to use the same routines as the teacher as well, or did you?
I moved some of the students in front, so it's able for them because they used to stay on the back.
Okay.
They were better in front, but still though they were moving a lot,
Okay.
running in front of me, and I have to keep telling them to stay quiet or stay in their seats. They're distracting the others.
Okay.
Well, still didn't work well yet.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
So just because the last time we spoke, we talked about you implementing a lot of the language and the same behavior and routines as Mary uses in the class. Is that
Yeah,
something that
I
you've
started
tried
to use the same signs that she's using.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but
They
are
caught
not
on to
following.
that pretty well too. Like
This
they
one,
were-
it works
yeah.
with them really well. Yeah, I use class, but it didn't work with them. I started to
Right.
use the same way how
That's
many
very
used.
cool.
It worked well with
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Great. Yeah, and I mean, I think it's more getting to know you, and then
yes.
understanding your expectations as well.
Yeah.
So we talked about time management, and then we're supposed to look in relation to the rubric as well, the learner rubric. You have a learner rubric here, so we're looking at learner development. So this standard, Okay, so candidate uses instructional strategies that are developmentally appropriate for students based on their strengths, interests, and needs, and understands how students construct knowledge, acquire skills, and develop disciplined thinking. Candidates' instructional strategies meet the needs of all students at some level. So that's sort of the proficient level, right? That we would expect to hit as like kind of a baseline, right? And then
if it's outstanding,
yeah, all of level 3 plus video is of professional quality of both picture and sound. Annotations are added to the screen and left there long enough to be read. Activities are clearly based on student strengths. Interests and needs are innovative in nature. So it's we need to look at your video as well after you edit it.
Okay,
In terms of that, having that piece of it as well. Because I think I think they want you to kind of walk through and talk through your video, right? With some annotations added to it as a piece of it as well. Okay, so if we look at this one, in relation to that, where do you think you would rate yourself?
I think they met the standard. They understand the concept of the lesson, but respecting each other. No, maybe some of them.
So maybe you're still here, basic and developing, where you make students feel valued. I think you can definitely say you make students feel valued, right? But does not effectively help students learn to respect each other. Here, so that's an area that we want to focus on to ensure that they are respecting each other within your lesson as well.
Yes. They should, yes.
Okay. And then
the third one, learning environments.
Learning environments. Okay. Where do you think you might rate yourself on?
What do you think? You were in the class with me.
So this is about your self-reflection,
yes.
Right? Based on what you see.
I need help. No, there's no classroom norms. They are not following the norms in the classroom, so it's basic.
Yeah, so if we say we're still developing, right?
Yeah.
Because you've kind of commented on that a couple times in terms of the fact that you need to develop those norms with them, right?
Yeah.
Beforehand. And I wonder sort of maybe in between lessons, if you have another lesson, or you can use another Islamic time, I wonder if you just focus with them a little lesson just on following the rules, you know, like go back to just classroom management. Because sometimes you have to lay the expectations and lay the foundation alone, right, before going into a lesson, right?
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah,
that's what I used to do. I didn't do this one with them, so I just give them the lessons, so they don't know what's my expectation from them.
Right. So maybe you need to go back and use another one of the Islamic periods before your next lesson, like I said, to just do a behavioral lesson around expectations.
Without a lesson, yes.
Just slow it way down. Yeah, it's always good to go back to like the basics.
Yeah, now I have time since I finished those 2 lessons. I can have one period just for doing the norms and expectation.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful.
So those 3 standards for this video.
Yeah. Okay.
So once I finish the editing, I will send it to you.
Sure.
Look at it.
Sure.
So thank you so much.
Not a problem.